live in interesting times. Today's stories: last talks before signature on UN Pact on Migration, the end of the OPEC preparatory meeting in Vienna, New Mexico City mayor announces dismantling of anti-riot police, zero doubt Crown Prince complicit in Khashoggi murder, Biden says he is most qualified to be U.S. president, Mexican president says he will tackle migrant issue with President Trump. Plus, the Sweet Tooth Hotel 1955 pop-up installation brings retrofuturism to Dallas, Texas. Hello everyone, I'm Anna Kui, bringing you stories from around the globe. And this is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Participants in attending the Global Forum on Migration and Development in Marrakesh plead for a safe, legal, and organized migration policy, facing opposition by some countries before the adoption of a UN Global Pact on Migration.
Beaucoup de gens qui hésitent encore ne veulent pas voir que c'est un compact for safe, orderly and regular migration. Ça n'a pas à voir avec une invitation pour une immigration irrégulière. Non. Ce sont des positions claires et nettes contre la migration illégale. Il nous faut offrir une chance pour la migration régulière, légale, à un tel degré que dans l'entrée des Français, des Allemands, des Européens en général.
Il y a des enjeux de nature humanitaire. Il faut sauver des vies, il faut mieux coopérer et il faut beaucoup mieux gérer la migration irrégulière. Des gens qui sont dans des pays de transit, dans des situations très vulnérables. Et donc, il y a des aspects sécuritaires, il y a des aspects politiques, économiques, humanitaires. Tout ça, c'est bien compris dans le pacte et je pense que les États se sont bien entendus sur toutes ces questions.
Écoutez, il y a un certain nombre de gouvernements qui ont déjà annoncé qu'ils ne seront pas présents. Et nous voyons que dans quelques pays d'Europe et aux États-Unis, cette question devient une question d'enjeu politicien, d'usage partisan assez étroit, me semble-t-il.
Oil ministers leave the OPEC headquarters in Vienna after the preparatory meeting. OPEC members and other oil-producing countries gather in the Austrian capital on Thursday to discuss cutting output to prop up prices as U.S. President Donald Trump urged them to keep the faucets open.
Did you recommend a cut?
The cut, yes, but we haven't discussed the number.
Is there a number?
Not yet. We call it a reduction.
U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday urged OPEC members not to slash production at their upcoming meeting, saying global oil prices should remain low. Trump's comment came as members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and other oil-producing nations prepared to meet Thursday and Friday in Vienna to discuss lowering their output. As part of her first actions taken as Mexico City's mayor, Claudia Sheinbaum asked the head of public forces to dismantle the city's anti-riot police, historically used to keep demonstrations in the Mexican capital under control.
Es memorable lo que hemos logrado. El pueblo de la Ciudad de México hemos sido protagonistas del momento histórico que vivimos. He pedido al secretario de Seguridad Pública la desaparición definitiva del cuerpo de granaderos.
The first woman elected mayor of Mexico City was sworn in on Wednesday for a 6-year term leading one of the world's largest cities in a country with a deep tradition of machismo. Claudia Sheinbaum, a 56-year-old scientist and environmentalist, rode to victory in the July elections on the same anti-establishment wave that brought her ally and mentor to power, Mexico's new president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Grinning, López Obrador, himself a former Mexico City mayor, raised Sheinbaum's hand in a sign of victory after she took the oath of office before the city legislature. It was a potent symbol of the radical shift in Mexican politics, now dominated by the left-wing party he founded 4 years ago, Morena. Sheinbaum echoed López Obrador's fervent anti-corruption message in her inaugural address. She said, quote, "We are beginning a new era of honesty and eradicating the privileges long enjoyed by top officials. The first thing we will do is to put an end to abuses. As of now, we are re-establishing democracy and political freedom." She vowed to end the privatization of public spaces in the sprawling capital of more than 8 million inhabitants, whose greater urban area is home to some 20 million people. As she promised to fight violence against women in a country where gender inequality runs deep, and according to the United Nations, 7.5 women and girls are murdered each day. Another woman previously served as Mexico City mayor on an interim basis, Rosario Robles, from 1999 to 2000, but Sheinbaum is the first woman elected to the post. Coming up, zero-doubt Crown Prince complicit in Khashoggi murder. Biden says he is most qualified to be U.S. president. Mexican president says he will tackle migrant issue with President Trump. Eagle News, Washington, D.C. will be right back. Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Two key U.S. Republican senators said Tuesday that they have zero doubt that Saudi Arabia's crown prince was complicit in the murder of the journalist Jamal Khashoggi, contradicting President Donald Trump's more neutral position.
I have zero question in my mind that the Crown Prince, MBS, ordered the killing, monitored the killing, knew exactly what was happening, planned it in advance. If he was in front of a jury, he would be convicted in 30 minutes, guilty.
Fellow Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who has urged Trump to take a far tougher stance against Riyadh over the killing, said after the briefing that he believes Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is complicit in the murder of Mr. Khashoggi to the highest level possible.
MBS, the Crown Prince, is a wrecking ball. I think he's complicit in the murder of Mr. Khashoggi to the highest level possible. I think the behavior before the Khashoggi murder was beyond disturbing, and I cannot see him being a reliable partner to the United States.
Former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden has stoked speculation he may run for the White House in 2020 by saying he believes he is the most qualified person to be president. 76-year-old Biden made the remarks on Monday night while in Montana during a stop on a tour to promote his 2017 book, Promise Me Dad, about the death from brain cancer of his son, Beau. A local newspaper, the Missoula Current, quoted Biden as saying, "I think I'm the most qualified person in the country to be president." He said, "The issues that we face as a country today are the issues that I've worked on my whole life, the plight of the middle class and foreign policy." Biden, who served for 8 years as vice president to Democrat Barack Obama, said he would have to consult with his family before deciding whether to take on Republican Donald Trump 2 years from now. Adding that he would make a decision in the next 6 weeks to 2 months, Biden said, quote, "My family and I need to decide as a unit whether we're ready. We do everything as a family." Biden, who served as a U.S. Senator from Delaware before becoming vice president, was asked whether his reputation for making gaffes could harm his prospects. He said in a reference to Trump, quote, "I may be a gaffe machine, but my God, what a wonderful thing compared to a guy who can't tell the truth." Biden said, "No one doubts what I say. The problem is I sometimes say all that I mean. The question is, what kind of nation are we becoming? We can't have 4 more years." Biden, should he decide to run, would be considered a strong candidate in what could be a crowded field seeking the 2020 Democratic nomination for president. President López Obrador announces he will soon talk to President Trump, who he says sent a message to congratulate him on Monday. Obrador says the conversation will address the issue of the Central American migrants at the Mexico-U.S. border.
Presidente Donald Trump nos envió una felicitación y tenemos comunicación permanente y es buena la comunicación, son buenas las relaciones. Es muy probable que en estos días nos comuniquemos con el presidente Donald Trump para este asunto en especial, lo que tiene que ver con el fenómeno migratorio.
When we come back, the Sweet Tooth Hotel 1955 pop-up installation brings retrofuturism to Dallas, Texas. Eagle News Washington, D.C. will return shortly. This is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. I'm Anna Queen. It is Chapter 2 of the Sweet Tooth Hotel series. 1955 is a pop-up installation with 5 interactive spaces referencing design from the atomic age to the space age. Eagle News correspondent Nanita Manawis with this retro-futuristic story. Take a look.
Tonight we are in Dallas, Texas to take a look and experience the highly talked about Sweet Tooth Hotel.
And so Sweet Tooth Hotel, the name Sweet Tooth comes from indulgence. We want you to indulge in yourself. We want you to take selfies and interact with the art. Hotel is a play on words because we give the artists a room that they can create their art in. So this is Chapter 2 of the Sweet Tooth Hotel. And so our 1955 theme is about our modern take on the 1955 space race.
Now, you can touch the art, but remember to be gentle with it. If you haven't been here before, then you know that our motto is everything is cute, but fragile.
Yeah, and then also another feature that we added for this Chapter 2 is a gift shop. Articles that are from the artists themselves. That's going to be on the right side.
Reporting from Dallas, Texas, this is Nanita Manawis, your EBC correspondent, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Nanita. The 1955 installations were designed by artists Bender, Jeremy Biggers, Rob Wilson, Jojo Chuang, and Shansi Rumiani, along with new Sweet Tooth Hotel artists Atziel Flores and Draco. That is today's Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Join us tomorrow for the weekend edition. Visit our websites at Eaglenews.PH and EagleNewsLive.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/EagleNewsPH. Thank you for watching. I'm Anna Kui, and I'm 1 with 25.